Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Success Life Live. My name is Reid. I am your coach for this, and I'm so glad you tuned in this Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern for this Success Life lesson. If this is your first time jumping in, welcome. So what is Success Life? Why do we do it? What is this guy? What's going on here? Well, Success Life Live was started about 2.5 years ago. I'm going to have to really check the date, but we're going with 2.5 years because I know it's got to be better than that. And I said, you know what? I love to add value to other people. I love to encourage and strengthen and guide other people to achieve their dreams, to achieve their success, sometimes in a corporate setting, sometimes on a one-on-one, sometimes in a team setting. And what platform, what resource, what tool do I have at hand to make that happen? And I looked in my hand and I was like, wait a minute, I got this thing called a cell phone. I could use this thing to begin to develop my coaching skills, develop my speaking skills, and add value to others. And so that's what Success Life Live is all about. It's kind of my personal way of making sure that you have access to at least something every single day that will help you get your mindset going in the right direction to help you build your success and create the life that you want and really turn out to be who you want instead of what everybody else says you should have done. So welcome. Take a moment, say hello. I see Greg jumped in. I see Julia's here. I think I saw Elle swing by. It's so hard now that Facebook, it's either me or Facebook, but I no longer get the little bubble guys up at the corner. So say good morning, say hello. I don't know, give a weather report. Lots of housekeeping while everybody's good morning and helloing. Wednesday night, 7 p.m., author talk, Dr. Tanya Lowe. We're going to be talking about her new book. It's really a very, very practical guide to strategic results planning. It's going to be amazing. Good morning, Ori. And then Friday, Gloria Burgess. I can't say that without getting excited. Gloria Burgess. 5 degrees centigrade. You're going to have to translate that for the Americans. Gloria Burgess will be in the house. I don't know if y'all have met Gloria, seen Gloria, talked to Gloria, been in the presence of Gloria, but her mother named her right from the start. And I tell you, if there's nothing else going on, you need to make sure you get in that room on Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, because she's my heart, she's my inspiration, she's my muse, and you'll find out why on Fun Friend Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. And some of you are JMTers, some of you are not. Some of you even don't even know what I meant by JMT. It's cold. I like that. If you're not in the Think and Grow Rich 2019 class, it's free. It's stellar. It's probably about a $2,000, $3,000 investment if you were to buy it on the street, so to speak. So I would get in it. If you don't know how to get in it, contact me. I'll send you the link. If you're part of a team, part of an organization, part of a company, and you're like, I wanted to do something this year to grow my company, grow my team, grow my business, grow my people, grow my family, grow my men's ministry group. I don't care, but I didn't get it planned. Steal this, use this, trust me. It is so worth it. You could sit down and do the next, I think it's 9 weeks. I might be off, whatever. And at the end of it, you guys will be miles ahead. So make sure you're in the Think and Grow Rich 2019, taught by Paul Martinelli, Rodney Gilbert. Amazing class. So into today's lesson. Good morning, most beloved and cherished. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Greg. 16 days. Thank you, Greg. I knew it was like 2 weeks-ish. I just couldn't remember how it was broken up. So the format is explained, but I'll give it to you. You get a video, you get a lesson, you get to learn. Next day, new video, new lesson, new learn. You know, trust me. Trust me. I'm going to be in it. I already started it. Still sticking with it. So today's lesson, you know, in our house, and if you've got kids or if you've had kids or if you've even known that kids exist on the planet, in our house, like literally every day, it's check your backpack. Did you check your backpack? Have you checked your backpack? It's like the backpack check to get them out the door. And we say this like all the time. Like, you know, what's in the backpack? Is it in the backpack? Should it be in the backpack? Do you need to put it in your backpack? Like this backpack is their lifeline when they leave the house. And it started making me think a bit sort of about how often do we check our backpack. Like, have you checked your backpack? Or did you just decide on January 1st, I'm going to do this thing, lose weight, build financial resources, create a business, invest in my real estate, invest in my business, my real estate business, my speaking. Did you write down on a sheet of paper, this is my goal. This is who I want to be in 2019. I have it on my vision board. I have it in my daytime. I have it in my goal sheet. I've talked about it to everybody. And you forgot to check your backpack? Like, did you check your backpack? Now, you might be like, okay, Eric, help me break it down because I don't understand. Like, do I need like one of those Dora the Explorer backpacks? It's funny about Dora the Explorer. She teaches a valuable lesson and maybe the kids don't pick it up, but before she goes off on her journey, before she goes off on her adventure, her backpack is loaded with the resources, the tools, the things she's going to need in order to be successful along it. And as she hits different points on her little journey, she'll go backpack, and out will come what she needs at that moment. Now, in our business, in our lives, in our creation, and in our success, it's a little more complicated, but it's still the same idea. And so as I was thinking on this and writing on this, I sort of thought down a couple things. Like, when we set our goals, do we know what resources we're going to need in order to achieve them? Or do we just jump in and say, well, I'll figure it out when I get there. What financial resources are you going to need? What physical resources are you going to need? What systems and tools and strategies are you going to need? And then what kind of mindset, spiritual resources are you going to need? So, for example, if I decide that I'm going to earn a six-figure income, what kind of resources am I going to need along the way and once I arrive? Wait a minute, what system do I have in place to keep track of it? The accounting, the billing, the invoicing, the banking systems? Or what kind of time is that going to require? Or what kind of office am I going to need? Like, what resources am I going to need? Yeah, my business might be at $10 today, but if I'm going to take it to six figures, what I'm going to need to maintain and manage and have a six-figure business is completely different than what I have now. And if I expect to arrive there tomorrow morning without the resources, it's all going to crash and die. It's like my kid going off to school without checking his backpack and realizing he left his homework on the kitchen table. There's going to be some failure. There's going to be some cost. There's going to be some consequences. There's going to be some loss of time. And so what I want you to sort of get this idea of, like, check your backpack. What are the future resources that I'm going to need? Like, what are the future resources I'm going to need when I achieve this goal? When I hit my arrival point? And then what can I do today to begin to build those future resources into place? And I don't necessarily need them all in my hand right now. So for you, high C, got to get it perfect, can't get off the ground until I have it all personalities. You don't necessarily need the resources in hand, but you need to know, like, wait a minute. At some point, I'm going to need an accountant. Maybe I should start noticing accountants in my room or in my B&I group or in my family. Or at some point, I'm going to need to plan for new clothes because I'm going to be skinny and thin. I need to start saving because I don't want to show up at my business with my pants bagging. Wait a minute. If my relationship goes in the direction I want it to go, what is it going to require of me from time to maintain and build on that new relationship, that new love, that reignited passion? And you have to be able to say, what are the resources I need in the future and where do I need them? Another example, when we leave the house to go to our house in Virginia, it's a 6-hour car trip. I know that there is a series of resources I'm going to need along the way. Sometimes it's feeding the kids, sometimes it's bathrooms, sometimes it's gas. And I know based on where I'm at and what time it is and what my arrival time is and several things that at some point, this town, that mile marker, this many hours in, I'm going to need it. Now, I don't go and get McDonald's as soon as we leave the driveway and tell the kids to hold it in the car because in 3.5 hours you're going to want it. That's kind of impractical and foolish. But I do know that I need to have money in my wallet so that when we get 3.5 hours in and there's a McDonald's, that I can purchase it and we can continue on the journey. So what are your future resources you're going to need? And then I sort of started thinking about it. It's like, okay, how do I prioritize those resources? Now, not necessarily rank those resources in the order that I need them or that I like them, or that they're easiest, but what is the number one resource I need right here, right now in my life to begin the journey? Now, it may not be the one that I love, the one I do best at, the easiest and gifted, but what is it that's going to get me the furthest and the highest into my goal? What is the resource that I need to make a priority of achieving, acquiring, connecting to, so that when the next resource and the next resource and the next resource comes into tap? You know, so often it's kind of funny because I'll meet with people as a coaching client and they'll have these big vision dreams. I'm like, okay, I get it. I see it. But it sounds like right now you need security, not legacy. You need security, not success. You need to be able to manage and establish a baseline before you start going off in this direction. And so what is the priority for us to establish that success, that sense of security, that sense of baseline, that beginning point? Do I necessarily need to go out and buy a $2,000 piece of fitness equipment when my priority really should be about seeing if I can commit to even 30 minutes of exercise at the simplest and most basic level? So often we go after the big thing, the large thing, the most glamorous and glorious and expensive and dancing and, zizzle thing, because we know that we can't commit to the small thing. But if we complain and basically bitch, well, I can't be in shape because I can't afford one of those $300 treadmills or those $3,000 treadmills, or I would be skinnier if only I could get that food in a box, or, well, my business would grow if only I had better headshots. Or, we go through all of these excuses because we've decided we haven't set the priorities of our resources correctly. What is the number one thing I need to do to begin to grow my business, to change my life, to create what I want? What is the priority? Not the passion, but the priority. And as I was thinking about it, I thought, okay, there's tangible and intangible resources. What are the tangible resources and how can I prioritize them? What are the intangible resources? Like my leadership skills, my commitment, my mindset, my spirituality, my love and support of friends and team members. And then sort of into the idea of like the tangible time, money. Time I realize is kind of in between, but I think of it in the time blocking sense. Team members, fitness, like the tangible resources. Sorry. So when we're setting out, we're creating these goals, and I realize we're now, 14 days in. Some of us have already ditched and dumped them. Some of us are trying to restart of them. Some of us are looking for another shiny object that will motivate us and keep us connected and going towards our goals. It's always funny, and I had thought this image too, when you get a cake recipe and it's like, I want a cake. I want a cake. My kids do that. Let's make cake. And I thought, okay. So often I'll hear people the first of the year talking about that cake kind of goal. Interestingly enough, when you read the box, it doesn't say beat 2 eggs, add flour, blah, 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 in that order. No, it says preheat the oven. Plan for something in the future. Get ready for something you're going to need 20 or 30 minutes down the road so it's ready when you're ready. Then go back and beat the eggs. Then go back and add the flour. Then go back and add the milk and the butter and the sugar and the whatever. Because logic says, wait a minute, at some point you're going to be here. And do you really want to stand around waiting 10, 15 minutes for the oven to preheat? While the cake loses its bubbliness? No, you want to be able to step in and slide into that when you've achieved that point in the baking process. The same is true in our goals. When you look right now at your goal and you're like, man, I'm trying to hold this together. My goals are failing. I'm struggling. I'm pushing. I'm climbing. It isn't, the phase. Stop. Say, wait a minute. I need to do a resource analysis of my goals. I need to look at what my goal is Ask myself, what future resources do I need, tangible and intangible? And then I need to prioritize those future resources and current resources, tangible and intangible. I need to line them up. I need to load up my backpack, and I need to move forward with confidence that when I hit that point in the journey, got it, it's in my backpack. Or when I come across that resource, I can look down and go, you know what? I don't need that today, but I know based on my resource allocation, future planning, that's going to come in handy in 3 months. So let me pick it up now, get it in my backpack, get comfortable with it so that in 3 months, when the oven's preheated, I step in. When I'm ready for an accountant, I've got a list of 4 people I can interview. I don't have to spend a day looking. What are the resources you need to be successful? Have you thought about them? Have you written them down? Have you prioritized them? Do you know what they look like? Because if you've got a goal sheet, good morning, Miss Kim or Chris. I always see that and I have to like, wait a minute, who's who? I love it. Have you written them down? Have you prioritized them? Do you have them right next to your goal sheet? If you've got a vision board, you should have a resource list. If you've got a goal in mind, you should know the resources it's going to take. Now, mind you, I didn't say the plan and the strategy, though strategy is one of the resources. But you should know what it's going to take to get the job done and where you're going to at least begin to look for it. And so often when we get to this point in the year, when we're struggling with our goals and our resolutions and our change life, it's because we didn't calculate the resources. We didn't calculate the cost. And now that we're having to pay a different cost or pay a different level, we're not really sure we're all in. And we're not sure that we can make it to the finish line. So that's what I was thinking as I yelled at my kids one more time, like I probably will do for the next 10 years of their life. Did you check your backpack? Check your backpack. Put it in your backpack. Is it in your backpack? And when they get home from school, we have to do the opposite. Bring me your backpack. Let's unload your backpack. Let's inventory your backpack. What did you gather? What did you gain? What did you lose today? And we start the cycle over again. You know, it's so funny because every so often I'll sneak in a special note into their backpack and myself, I'm like, where did this come from? How did this get in my backpack? And I'm like, well, dude, sometimes other people are there to help you and add things to your journey that you're not ready to expect. So, you know, just a little metaphor, just a little lesson tossed in there. So wanted to share that idea with you. Check your backpacks, everybody. Like, check your backpacks. I don't know, if you want to get really visual about it, get a backpack, write your goal down, put it in there and start making little post-it notes or little scribbly notes or cut out pictures and say, okay, these are the resources I'm going to need along my journey to succeed in my goal, and start stuffing the backpack full. And when you have that finished, you'll be able to visualize like, oh, this is what it's going to look like for the rest of my life. This is what my journey is going to be about. This is how I'm going to succeed. Because willpower, I give willpower points. Passion, I give passion points. But you need resources. That's just plain and simple. Nothing is done in this world without something added to it. So that's the lesson today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you take a moment, share it out, like it, follow it, Twitter it, toot it, whatever it's called. I give up trying to keep track. What I do know is every time you share it, it seems like somebody else comes into the community, finds us and gains a little bit. And if we're helping each other grow in the success and in their journey of discovery of who and what they can become, we're doing a good thing. And isn't that what it's all about at the end of the day? So, love it. Chris, Kim, you guys need to be in the Think and Grow Rich class. Quick shout out. Who's in the TG Think and Grow Rich TAGR 2019 class? It is a free class. It is not even done by me. So, hey, it's even better than done by me. It's done by Paul Martinelli and Roddy Galberth. I historically have paid big numbers for this class and the training, and they're doing it for free. And it's amazing. Yeah, like I said, if you are in a women's group, if you're in a Bible study, if you're developing a team, if you run the volunteer service at the USO show, you might want to like gather 10 people and say, look, this is, I realize it's not planned. I realize it's not formal. If you can show up with a notebook and a pen and a paper, we're going to have a really good time. We're going to learn. We're going to grow. We're going to talk. The ideal format is everybody signs on, it's free, they watch the video, and then maybe you guys just do a conference call, a table setup, a lunch meeting, a coffee talk, and say, okay, what did you learn today? 16 days, transform your life. My Think and Grow Rich book is, I think it's up on the night table, has been read every year, twice a year. And so here we go again. I love it. So thank you guys so much. If you have questions on Think and Grow Rich, let me know. Wednesday, author talk, amazing, with Dr. Tanya Lowe, building a results. I don't have the title of the book, but it's results-oriented business, strategic result planning for companies and teams and individuals. And then Friday, Dr. Gloria Burgess is going to be in the house. It's going to be amazing. And then Sunday, I'm guest on Belief Hacker Nation. So busy week ahead. If I can help you, let me know. Love to coach, love to speak. I've got some speaking things coming up. Really loving that opportunity. People have been reaching out and saying, I didn't know you spoke. And I'm like, what do you think this is every day? But no, I do appear in public, so to speak. And I do little keynotes or trainings and teachings. If I can help you with that, reach out. Let's see if we can connect. Until tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, go out, live your life with success. It is yours to have and enjoy. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good day.